this is Vergola, and this is a Pup in the Life. So, today in a Pup in the Life, we are all the missed shot of somebody else. So, today we're talking about a conversation that Mom had with a person that she esteems so much. I mean, she likes this guy quite a lot, lots of experience, kind of a unique approach and unique type of person in the Italian ecosystem of startups. Not so many interesting peeps around, but this guy is really one of those. And so she was kind of surprised of knowing that this guy was actually planning to invest in her pre-seed round, but hadn't the liquidity to do so in the first place because he was investing in other projects and other things in general. This is not the real moment to talk about this. Anyways, what happened was that she was actually talking to the guy, and the guy said, I wanted to invest, and I wasn't able to because of those reasons. And my feeling, the feeling that left with me was a feeling of a missed shot. And so it might not be too late for my mom and this guy to just do things together. But it is something worth noting that sometimes, even though you don't perceive the, how can I say, you don't perceive their feelings. You don't know that these people are actually thinking that you are, they're missed shot. You might just be, because if an investor just says no, just like this guy did, actually disappeared at some point, I don't really actually remember, you might just think that, you might just infer that they weren't really interesting. And what in reality is that this person hadn't the ability to invest. It is what it is. And so she kept thinking about it while she didn't actually comment it right away, but she's doing it right now. Because she was actually trying and thinking how this being the missed shot of somebody actually affects the way we are thinking about our own things. And so if you are the missed shot of somebody, it means that you might just be not caring about the fact that you have your missed shots. Let me repeat this once again. If you are the missed shot of, let's say, person X, whom we're going to call Daniel, and you might know or you might not know, and you miss your shot with Louise, okay, it's kind of the same thing. And so why do you care about your missed shots? Do you care because somebody else will judge them? Trust me, those people are actually judging their own missed shots. Second, do you care about your missed shots because you think that they might have changed your life? Well, the news is you'll never know. And so I'm really sorry about it, but there is no way for you to know. And so you better stop bitching about it. So, especially because everybody has their missed shots, how do we fix it? How do we think? How do we change the way we see our missed shots? Well, we can do it by just switching the narrative around possibilities, around ways of approaching life in general. And what do I mean? I'm sorry, the mic is... Okay. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you start thinking about your life in terms of shots, in terms of possibilities, then you might just realize that mathematics does not lie. And in this podcast, we've been doing this for a long period of time. Once you start thinking about your life in possibilities, in occasions that happen all the time around you, that keep happening and keep presenting themselves to your door, you might just not care about some of those. You might just recognize some of those. And you might just have doubts on some of those. And I'm not saying that you shall not say no to stuff, but maybe say more yeses. Maybe say once again that yes, you're gonna try that different, training, the different workout, even though you're gonna feel very bad afterwards, very sore. That maybe you might just want to try a new dish, a new restaurant. You might just want to go out with that person, even if you don't really know if it's gonna be a fit. Well, the news is you're never gonna know. And so you're never gonna know. And so the best is just keep an eye open on possibilities. And so how do we do it? Well, we do it by doing different things that go beyond our present scope of life, present scope of work. For example, by having hobbies, by doing something that actually feels a bit uncomfortable, by just saying that thing that is pretty uncomfortable to be sharing, by fixing that thing that needs to be fixed, and you haven't had the balls to do it in a long, 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 long time. And so it's previously we said in a podcast that the work needs doing, right? Right. This is kind of the same thing said in another fashion, but the principle stays still. You know that you need to be creating something, but you are pushing it away because it might feel uncomfortable. I get it. And so if it does feel uncomfortable, you're not doing it because of that. You're not doing it because of other reasons. Or you're not doing that because why? See that from another angle. If you don't do it, it's going to be a missed shot. And trust me, you don't want to find yourself in a situation, which sometimes in life happens, but you don't want to augment such type of experience in which you say, oh, I missed that shot. Right? You don't want to find yourself in that situation. It's uncomfortable. It's not good. Sometimes it will happen. But your job as a person is not to find yourself at 90 years old and say, oh my God, the shots that I missed because I didn't try are more than the ones that I took and actually were able to convert. It takes also practice. I don't mean to say that it does not. But this is what it is. And if you don't like it, maybe this is not your podcast. And I'm sorry. But that's in the end, everything comes up to what you feel the most comfort with in the end when you go to sleep or when you wake up. Just pick a moment that you prefer in life. And so if this is the bar at which we are thinking about things, well, then the narrative becomes very, very different and probably starts to become a bit clearer, even for the people that tend to procrastinate and then just tend to avoid things. Anyways, big shout out to the guy. He'll probably be one of my podcast guests in the future. That no longer has a dog, but we will do in loving memory of, maybe from quite some time, sharing a bit of projects together. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I don't want to get too much into it. And I will talk to you tomorrow, and I will send you for the moment kisses, hugs, and a bit of barks.